Welcome back to From Vinyl to Streaming, Tunes Through Time with Abby and Judy. I'm Abby.
And I'm Judy.
How you doing, Judy?
I'm good. How about you, Abby?
I'm good.
What's new with you?
Nothing much.
You're gonna start your marathon training this week.
Marathon training starts this week, which is really, really exciting. We're done with that half marathon craziness and moving on to the full. So that's
so.
Really
What's
exciting.
your longest run this week?
My long run this week is 5 miles. So we're still
baby
gaining
steps.
up. This is a 6-month training program, so you gotta
start somewhere.
Yeah, ebb and you flow, but it's good. It's good. It's kind of crazy. We're starting marathon training.
That's awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Can't wait to be in Hawaii.
Oh yeah,
Hawaii in December. That's where I'll be.
Me too.
It's gonna be a weird Christmas this year.
It's gonna be kind of crazy, but it's gonna be
fun. It's gonna be fun, and it's gonna come faster. You know it.
I know.
Once
I'm nervous about
June 25th comes, that's 6 months from Christmas.
That's so sad.
And it goes so fast.
I mean, summer's almost over.
No, it just started.
It feels like it.
I know, but it just started. So we're happy. We're happy, Abby. We're happy.
We're so happy. It's so nice outside. I'm living it up.
It's nice.
Just living the dream. This is my dream weather. So
it's beautiful.
Yeah. What about you?
Love
What's
it.
new with you?
I went to girls' camp, got back, got a cold.
Yes.
So if I sound a little rough, it's because I've had a little cold. I'm doing a little better now, though. I'm doing better. So I haven't really been doing a whole lot because I wasn't feeling very good for a while.
Fair.
But now I'm feeling much better.
That's good.
Mucho better.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too.
We have a big holiday coming up. It should be this Saturday, but it's going to be...
We're going to be celebrating it.
Celebrating it in the next week where I do a lot of cooking. Midsummer. It's to celebrate summer. We're very excited. I mean, what a better holiday than that?
I know. Summer's the best. We should celebrate it as much as we
can. It's a Finnish holiday.
Yeah.
Called Juhannus. And we celebrate it every year.
Every year?
We have so many people that come. It's like one of the biggest parties we have.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fun. I do a lot of cooking. And it's really fun cooking. But I was going over, I kind of am bored. Like, I kind of want to make something new, and I just don't know what to make.
Yeah.
But I'll make all the usual stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm feeling kind of like I should make something else.
Yeah.
But I don't know what.
We'll have to do some research.
I know. I already have a good spread, but
yeah. If you have any super fun Finnish treats, let us know. We might make them this year.
Might make them.
Yeah.
I tried making these donuts that I had at the Fotzer Cafe when I was in Finland. And I think they turned
really yummy.
The cream, at least.
Yeah.
I'm not a big donut fan, and I really hate deep fried bread, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But this filling,
holy cow,
so good,
so good.
And I keep thinking I could make those, but
it's like a white chocolate pistachio thing. It's so yummy,
so good. I was very impressed.
I
slayed it, but I don't know. I just don't want to make the donut part.
Yeah. Just the cream.
I just want it. Well, I have lots of cream left over. I just got to figure out what to do with it.
We'll have to make something fun.
Ugh, it's so good.
It is so yummy.
It was so good. So, anyways.
Yeah.
That's very exciting. Life. That's my life. It's very exciting, I know.
Very, very exciting.
So, yeah.
All right. Well, this week, Judy picked our song review. So
I did. I picked
the time over to Judy.
Okay, so this is a very old song. Because I figure if some of our younger listeners may not know these songs, these older songs. So, and this one's a very old one. It came out in 1972. It's called Time in the Bottle by Jim Croce.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I picked it, I think we talked about it once on the podcast.
Yeah.
But it's just such a beautiful song. I was watching a YouTube video on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is such a beautiful song. And he has got a pretty interesting story. So I just thought, I'm going to make Abby listen to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to make her.
Force her.
So I thought this is a good review.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she's well adversed. Like, you don't know it all that well.
Yeah.
So, and then she told me she had words. So let me hear her words on this.
I really, really liked the song. I thought it was so sweet. It was so cute. It has just the sweetest little message in it. And it's kind of like it's really cool because I feel like he made like a minor chord sound really pretty because it's a minor chord, except there is a little key change in there. But It's just like sweet and pretty and like innocent. Like, I don't know. It's just a really cute song.
It's a very beautiful
I
song.
liked it a lot. It was very, very sweet.
Yeah, how out of 5, what would you give?
I give it a 5 out of 5. It's one of my favorite ones you've had me review for sure.
Really?
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Because it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
He didn't get to be very famous very quickly. So he would do like odd jobs, like just to support his family, his wife and him. And then he I think it's his 3rd album where he got some success.
Yeah.
But Time in the Bottle didn't come out till after he died.
Oh, really?
He only had 1 hit song while he was still alive.
Wow.
And he's had 4 songs that hit the charts. After that, and Time in the Bottle was number 1.
I thought it was so sweet.
I know, and I'm not sure if his wife was pregnant or if she just had the baby when he died. So when you think of this song, if I could put Time in a Bottle, it is like the most beautiful song. I know he wrote it for his wife, and you can tell it's just probably the most sweet,
like just
sweet love songs. It's just a beautiful love song. But if you think about him dying,
that's crazy. I didn't know that.
He died in 1973 in an airplane crash.
Oh my goodness.
So he had just died before this song became popular.
Wow.
I know.
That's so sad.
It is, I think.
That's a beautiful song.
It is. And it's like what you kind of like, a singer-songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he worked really hard. He had all these odd jobs to help support his family. He'd kind of do this on the side.
Yeah.
And he became, I think he like got help with another songwriter, and that's when he kind of went up.
Yeah.
In popularity.
That makes sense.
But this is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I thought it was really sweet. I really, really liked it. I will definitely be listening to it again.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a very good one,
It's just so sweet.
I thought you'd like it.
Yeah.
Because she likes these singer-songwriters. Yeah. So I thought chill music, and I thought this is something I think Abby would really like.
And I did.
And when I was watching the video, I'm like, this is it. This is what I'm going to make her listen to.
Yeah. I liked it a lot. It was really good. 5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah. Just an innocent, I think, pure love song.
Yeah.
Like pure love.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful.
I would agree.
So, all right. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I found a winner for it.
Yay!
Next time it might be George Michael, though. I'm just kidding.
It's okay. He slays too.
He actually does. Do you starting to like him a little more?
I told you, I can tolerate him.
It's the father figure song. Every time you see
true. Role model edit with figure.
You're like, oh, I love this guy.
I get it now. I get it.
Oh, good.
Anyway, so last week was the Tony Awards, and
we watched
them. Very exciting. But the big news with the Tonys was it was a 10-year anniversary of Hamilton, which is insane.
I know.
That it's been 10 years since Hamilton came out, because we have
memory of it.
A mild obsession.
A mild obsession when it first came. Well, I don't know if it was probably a year after it came out.
Yeah. Once it really started to like hit the scene.
Yeah. We had a little obsession. We did. We'd be at the gym. We'd both listening to it. We listened to it on the way home, the way there, anywhere we went, we'd be listening to.
If the car ride was longer than like 20 minutes, it was on.
It was on.
It was on.
But I think even if we had a longer car ride, I mean, not a short, I think we listened to it.
It was always on.
Always.
It was always on.
Always on.
Yes.
Like, I just remember how we just thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
A rap
musical. We were like deep in our musical obsession era.
We were very deep into it.
And
I love history.
Yeah, I do too.
And I had no idea about Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even realize he was the one on the $10 bill.
No.
And why was he on the $10? I could have never told you. So it was just really fun.
It was cool. I mean, this musical really was groundbreaking for the time. I mean, Lynn he did what's that called? In the Heights, which is kind of a rap. It's not the same kind of rap, so this was new. And it was about a founding father who no one really cared about. And like, it was just, it was absolutely new and something that no one knew they needed, but everyone absolutely
Everyone did. And he was on the precipice of losing the $10 bill. They were going to put someone else there until this
came out and blew up.
But it was interesting because, like you were saying, no one really knew too much about him. He's a signing, like one of the founding fathers that signed the Declaration.
Yeah.
I mean,
he signed the Constitution.
The Constitution. The Constitution. Yeah. One or the other. I don't know. I love history. I don't know history.
No, you're right.
But like he also, he just did so many things.
Yeah.
And his story was interesting.
It was really, he built our financial systems, which is insane because that's just not something you think about. Like they just, things have gone how they go for 250 years now. Like you don't really think about it.
We didn't think about it. No.
This person created it and we had just totally forgotten about him. And
I know he created it and
he had kind of an insane life.
I know he came from nothing.
Came from absolutely nothing and built a name for himself.
How did he get here? Didn't they raise money to send him to US?
Yeah, so he grew up somewhere in the Caribbean. I can't remember what country he's from. But he grew up there and then his dad left when he was really, really young and then his mom died. So the community raised money to send him because he was working at 10. He was the bookkeeper for, I think it might have been the slave trade, but he was a bookkeeper, maybe tobacco. But I think it did.
We'll just say tobacco. We'll say tobacco.
And so he was the bookkeeper at 10 or 12 or something like that. So the community was this kid is a genius. We have to send him to get an education. So they all raised money to send him to New York.
And there he climbed the ladder. He went to school. He became a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Became a lawyer. It's just the whole story. Him and the other guy. What's the other guy's name?
Burr.
Burr. Yeah, Aaron Burr. Their stories are very interesting.
Yeah.
Because they were kind of similar.
They were kind of similar. They were kind of foils of each other in a way because Burr came from money. He came from high class society. Prestige. And Hamilton didn't.
I know. And then he kind of was the joke, Aaron Burr, and Hamilton kind of rose to fame.
Yeah.
Which was very interesting. Yeah. And he became George Washington's right-hand man pretty much, didn't he?
Yeah. He was his little letter writer.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. One thing I think is really cool about the musical, too, is how, historically accurate they were able to keep it while, keeping it within so many characters and in so many songs. And I think it's just really cool that they were able to keep the truth in there.
Keep the truth, yeah. Keep it.
And tell his story accurately.
And then you had all the other characters like Thomas Jefferson. Who was the other guy that what's his name?
James Madison?
No, the guy that played Jefferson. What was his name?
David. Yeah, David Diggs. He played Lafayette.
Yeah, Lafayette. I mean, these are real character in real life, and I never heard of them.
That's one thing that is really cool because people like Thomas Jefferson or James Madison or even John Adams or King George, you hear about these people, but to see their story play out in a very digestible way was really cool because they became real people, where I think a lot of times these historical characters are they're just not real people to us. So it really brought them to life and their stories to life, which is really cool.
I thought it was really cool. And the guy that played George Washington was
Christopher
fabulous.
Jackson is my all-time favorite Broadway performer.
Is he?
I love him so much. He is so, so, so talented. I love him so much.
He was really good.
Killed it. He did such a good job.
He did kill it. Yeah. He was so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we were obsessed for a minute.
We were obsessed. Genuinely obsessed.
I don't know. Did we? Yeah, we were so obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of when the height of it all came out.
2016 was a crazy time. Because that's when Hamilton mania was really at its peak.
Yeah. So that's in a year. So I think it was about a year after it came out on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was just really fun.
But it was so fun.
And we'd sing it all the time.
Yeah, we would just be it was constantly on.
Constantly. And then
constantly.
Emily, my daughter, her sister.
Yes.
We would we would send her messages. She was on our mission in Finland. And we would send her messages. You've got to see Hamilton.
Like, you're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it so much. Like, we were so obsessed with it.
So obsessed with it.
And every time I saw a $10 bill, I'd have to.
Like, oh my gosh, there he is.
I would like take a picture for Abby. Look what I just found. So stupid.
No, it was so fun.
It was really
such
fun.
a moment in time. It really was.
Yeah, and then we were able to get tickets in Vegas. Remember?
Yeah.
And we took Emily and Adam.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun.
They did a really good job.
Yeah, they did.
We never did see it in
New York.
In New York.
No.
And I don't know if we ever will.
I think because I went to New York a couple of weeks ago, or month or so ago, month and a half or so. If I would have been there like 2 or more days, I think I would have seen it.
Would you?
Yeah.
Are they sold out still?
It's still harder to get tickets. It's definitely not what it was, 8 years or so ago. But you can get tickets. They're just more expensive. But you'd be able to see it on Broadway.
Yeah. So what's
cool.
your favorite song?
I don't know. Probably One Last Time is up there for me.
Oh, I like that one.
Sure.
That's the George Washington.
George Washington
Yes,
song.
I love that one too.
And
that was another thing. It kind of really showed what George Washington gave up. Like, he could have been like a king.
Yeah.
And he realized we couldn't have a king.
Yeah. Well, and one thing that's cool about that song is that is his actual speech. Like, they turned his actual speech
into a song.
Into a song, and they made it beautiful. I love that song.
Oh, I know, me too.
That's a great one. Wait For It's a great one. What's his name? Leslie Odom Jr. has like the most beautiful voice ever.
He really does.
He did such a good job with that role. So anytime he's singing, I'm like totally enthralled.
We saw him in concert.
We did see him in concert, and holy cow, he's incredible.
He's really good.
He is so good.
And he wouldn't sing his Hamilton songs till the end.
Till the end.
Like,
just gotta keep.
I wouldn't have left, but
no. But he was so good. I don't know. There's so many of them.
I really like that Quiet. What's it called? Quiet
Uptown.
Yeah, I really like that one too.
That's such a good one.
That one kind of makes me cry.
Me too.
That one's really sad. I really like his wife's song at the end. I don't know. No, maybe it's not his wife's song. Where they're kind of the finale song where they're like talking about what happened to her and stuff. I really like that too, because it's just kind of sweet. Yeah, she did a lot after he died.
She lived to be 98, I believe.
Wow,
like
then.
Insane.
That is insane.
Insane.
But I still like David. I don't know why. I always thought he was so funny.
Fun. Yeah.
Remember we watched some show. He was on the TV show Blackish.
Yeah.
And we watched it and we laughed our heads off.
He's so funny.
So funny.
So
that was a funny episode.
That was a really funny episode.
And then, yeah, I like that. I like the beginning song.
Yeah.
Because it's just it just kind of introduces us to him, kind of who he was and
the beginning of a story.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. There was another song I really liked. I thought it was interesting about how he died.
Yeah.
Because that was pretty crazy.
It's crazy that just happened.
Like, that's how they settled things. That's how
they did things back then, was just shoot a gun.
Shoot a gun. And they were saying that Aaron Burr was the worst shot in the whole entire world. So for him to have shot him and killed him means he wasn't aiming.
It means it was probably more of an accident.
It was an accident than anything.
Which is crazy.
And he did go down in history as kind of the villain.
Yeah.
In the story.
And regretting it.
And regretting it, yeah.
Which is another, and I mean, they kind of said this with how One Last Time is his speech, but they have so many real quotes.
Oh yeah.
Mixed into the lyrics.
Yeah, all the way
through of like the world was wide enough for both Hamilton and me. It's a real quote, which I think Lin-Manuel Miranda gets flamed so hard for being the cringiest person to ever exist. And you know what? Yes.
Is he cringy?
He is so cringy.
I don't really pay attention.
And just awkward and like goofy, you know what I mean? Like he's just one of those guys. But that man is so incredibly talented.
He is.
And I think we went too hard with the cringe and we forgot the talent. Because if you go back and listen to Hamilton, that is amazing. It is amazing.
It is. It really is.
It really is.
You know, and the songs are also kind of different too.
Mhm.
Yet they all kind of have the same sound.
Yeah.
Okay, one of my favorites when him and Burr have their kids.
Dear Theodosia.
Yeah, I love that song.
That's a great one.
That one's one of my favorites too.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
That one's so pretty. What's his name? Leslie Odom Jr. Like when he's harmonizing, he has the most beautiful voice. I love him so much.
I love him. You know, when we went and saw him in concert, he was singing that song from that one Broadway show. Rent. What is that called? Without You.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh.
Oh my gosh. You know, I watched it on YouTube, like the Broadway version. Not as good.
No,
when he sang that song.
It was like time stopped. Like
literally,
it was like
literally I felt like time stopped. And I've never heard it before he did it in concert.
Yeah.
But I was just like transported somewhere. I was just like, this was the coolest thing I ever heard in my whole entire life.
There's videos of it on internet. Look up Leslie Odom Jr. singing Without You from Rent. It is remarkable. It is so beautiful.
I love it so much.
Mm-hmm. He's so talented.
He's so talented, and he was the best. Like, I wonder how he got the assembly of people that he did.
Well, it seems like he had a lot of people in mind when he was writing it.
Like, oh, really?
I think he was one that he kind of approached and was like, "Will you do this?" I think Christopher Jackson was one as well. And I think David was one as well, because David's not a Broadway guy.
He's a rapper. Mm-hmm. So that's how he knew him. Yeah. Like, they were friends, right? Yeah. And so then he gave him the job because he needed a rapper.
Yeah, because David was really worried about, like, the singing part, because he's not a singer. So the parts where he had to sing, he was a little more concerned, but he did such a good job.
Remember when he sings that one song really, really fast? I can't remember what song it's called.
Guns and Chips.
Yeah. And he says it really fast. And everybody's like, oh, I can't believe.
Well, he was rapping so fast in a French accent on Broadway, bouncing around the stage.
It was mind-blowing.
It really was.
Yes, it was so funny.
But, like, so I think he had a lot of people in mind. I think, at least for the main core cast, people. Which is fun that he was able to get everyone, because...
Yeah. One guy, I can't remember his name, you know him. He's in The Heights.
Christopher Jackson?
No, the main kid.
Anthony Ramos.
Yeah. Like, was he even famous at that time?
I don't think so. Well, he was young too.
Yeah, he was really young, but he was a breakout star from one of those. Yeah, he blew
up after that.
Yeah.
And then he cheated on his girlfriend, and then we haven't really seen him since, except he was in Twister. But
it's true. And she was on Hamilton too.
She was on Hamilton too.
Dang it.
The absolute tragedy.
The tragedy of Ramos.
Exactly. But I think it's cool because, I mean, Lynn was already kind of a household name in The Heights and some other things that he'd done. But it still was, you know, an opening Broadway show. You have no idea how successful that's going to be. So to have all these people come on was really cool.
I know. And you know who really is the star of that show? Who's been in it? Every single one, pretty much. Since day one.
Thane Jasperson.
Yep. So... If you know who Thane Jasperson is, he's from Utah. Yeah, he was in High School Musical. He was one of the nerdy kids when they were singing that song.
Stick to the Status Quo.
Yeah. He's still on it.
He's still there.
And he's still the same player. He plays either the one of the background people, like the guy that announces.
Yeah,
he announces the king.
Yeah.
But sometimes he plays the king.
Yeah.
So it is just really funny because 10 years later, he is still there.
He's still there and still having the time of his life.
I think that's pretty cool.
I think it's really fun.
Yeah, because he's been in a lot of Broadway shows. He was in Newsies. He was in Matilda.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
He's done a lot, but that one he stayed with.
Yeah, it's stuck.
He probably knows it so well.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he could do a one-man performance of that show.
I bet he could too. I bet he has all of it.
Every single dance, choreography, everything.
And sing.
Yeah.
Because I bet he has it so memorized by now.
I'm sure.
So, yeah, I think he's the breakout star.
Yeah.
That no one really knows.
Yeah.
Well, I think people know. But, yeah.
But I just think it was really cool how they, like, how much intention was put behind everything. Like,
yeah.
Even, like, how, like, Eliza, she never raps kind of a thing because she was never running out of time because she lived till she was, like, 98. Like, just the whole theme of
everything.
time kind of thing. Like, I just feel like everything was woven so well together. And it told the story in such an interesting way that even people who don't like history love Hamilton.
Yes.
Or even people who don't like Broadway necessarily, but like history.
Or even rap.
Love Hamilton or rap. We have rap's #1 hater right here.
Right
who
here.
Loves Hamilton.
I loved Hamilton.
Like, I just think it was just, like, genuinely so well done.
It was so well done. I really loved it. And I still love it. And remember, they put it out on Disney for...
They did the pro shot.
With all the main cast
The
members. Originals.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched it, but I think I want to watch it again sometime.
I watched it a couple months ago, and it is just so good.
Still just...
Like, it is so good. And I just... Because we've been out of our Broadway era for a while.
Yeah, I really don't like Broadway anymore.
I'm a little bit more in it now because I went to New York, saw a couple shows on Broadway, so I'm kind of back in it a little bit more, but not like we were.
We were obsessed for a while.
We were really obsessed. But there really is something so magical about Hamilton.
There really is. I just think it's neat that he brought this guy out.
Mm-hmm. Of
obscurity. I mean, he's on our $10 bill. We have no idea who he is.
Mm-hmm.
And we had no idea what his story was.
Yep.
And, I mean, I'm sure a lot of historians know the story, but us laymen who don't know anything, we didn't know.
No.
And it was an amazing story.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of plot twists and turns, and his son died, and I was so sad.
It was so sad.
Remember his son died in there?
Yes. But it was like a real life drama unfolding before his eyes. Like, yeah. I mean, because this whole started because Lynn read a history book.
Yeah. Well, it was his biography.
The biggest, most boring biography ever. But this man had such a crazy life that, was like, of course, there is this crazy story
behind it. Yeah. It's just, yeah. It was great.
It was so
and
cool.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, he is really good.
He is so talented. We roast him a lot and we flame him a lot, but he is so incredibly talented.
You saw him on Modern Family, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was like the way he's giving out like the dog treats.
Mm-hmm. Also, he was on How I Met Your Mother. And
was he really?
Yeah, and I watched How I Met Your Mother before Hamilton ever came out, so I had no idea who he was, obviously. Yeah. And then went back and watched it, and there's this episode where Marshall's stuck on a train with his baby, and Lynn is there rapping at the baby to like cheer up the baby, and it's hilarious because you're like, oh my gosh,
that's so funny. Yeah, so he killed it.
Yeah,
there was some. I think it was inspired. I think that was kind of an inspired.
Yeah,
Broadway.
Yeah, well, because like on paper it makes no sense.
Yeah,
but it is incredible. It is so
I know.
Good.
I just think it's kind of cool how they show the different times of his life. Even the war. I mean, you felt the urgency and the sadness and the heartbreak of the war and everything. And then the war was over. Everybody was happier, but nobody really knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like, what do we do now?
We have to make a country.
Which is kind of an interesting thought. Yeah. I never thought about what they did after the war. They won the war. Now we have the Constitution. We have all this and this.
But they had to write the Constitution. They had to
think about it.
Do all these things.
Inspired by it.
Yeah. That like we nowadays really just don't think about because it's just there.
It's just there.
And it's been there for 250 years.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. But
it is crazy. But it's great.
But it's crazy that it's been 10 years since Hamilton came out. And so it was really, really fun to see him on the Tonys.
It was really fun.
To see him performing again.
I know. And they did little snippets of different songs.
Yeah, little melody.
And that was really fun.
I think it's fun. I think for everyone who was in it, they really, really love it too. And you can really tell that like
they knew it was something special. Big. Yeah. And the funniest part is that it swears 3 times?
Yeah.
The F words. Mm-hmm. And Abby could turn it down. So I didn't have to hear the F words.
We did not want to ruin anyone's ears.
Yeah, mine especially. And every time I did it, I would try to turn it down, but all of a sudden I would like turn it off all the way on. No, on.
Oh, you would turn it
sometimes I would turn it off or I'd turn it really loud by accident. It was so funny.
It was so funny. She would like go to turn the volume down, but then just turn it off. So when she turned it back on, it was
right there.
Right there. It was so funny.
I remember that. So funny. Yeah, it was a pretty special thing.
Yeah.
Not that part, but
Hamilton. I feel like we haven't had something like that since.
We haven't.
It was really I'm having hiccups. It was just a really special thing that happened.
You know, that's the last Broadway show I think that did do well like that. Has there been any more?
I mean, there was like Dear Evan Hansen that came after that.
Yeah,
but
it's
been
not
like,
the same.
I mean, Hamilton's great for many reasons, but one is it's an opera and it's a big show. Like it has a huge cast, like huge sets, huge everything, and it's like I always compare it to Les Mis because Les Mis is an opera too. Like it's just a big show.
It is a big show with a big message kind of and a big. It's yeah.
So we haven't had anything like that.
No, we haven't had anything like
that.
But
I mean, those shows are also more expensive, and there's a lot of logistics that go into shows like that. But
how many of them happen? How many of those kind of? I mean, there's hardly any. I mean, like Les Mis is one of them.
Phantom.
Maybe Phantom.
I mean, Wicked isn't an opera, but that's a big show too.
That's a big show. I mean, there's just so few Broadway shows that are huge that way. Like that. And 10 years later, it's still on.
It's still on, and people, it's still selling out every night. So
yeah,
it's crazy.
And it was fun. It was
so much fun.
It was fun seeing the originals back.
It's just fun, just because there's just something like sparkly about seeing the originals. I don't know, like it's just special.
It is,
and I just love it
because they were the originals.
And
their personality. It was their personality too. Their personalities kind of shine through.
Well, and I feel like being like the original portrayal of this character, you get to shape a lot of the way the character is done. Like every person who does it does their own take on it a little bit, but a lot of it is shaped by how the originals did it. So to see that again was really
was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our thoughts on Hamilton.
Happy 10 years.
Happy 10 years, Hamilton. Hope you have another 10 years.
Yeah.
I hope you last forever on Broadway.
Yeah. Because it is the best.
It was fun. And even though we're not as obsessed anymore,
we still love it. I'll still turn it on for a drive down to St. George if I'm feeling crazy.
You know, I haven't listened to it for a long time. I'm going to have to do it. I want to watch the movie.
The Shot.
Yeah. Because that was really fun.
Because it's so good. I just love it so much.
And maybe I'll get back into it.
Maybe this is what reignites the Broadway flame.
The flame. I've kind of lost the Broadway flame.
And then me and Judy can go to New York and we can go to a show.
Maybe
we could go see Hamilton.
We could go see Hamilton. Who knows? Maybe we will.
It's my dream. But that's it for this week. So go follow us on your preferred streaming platform and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on social media. It's just From Vinyl to Streaming. Everywhere.
And give us a like,
thumbs up, ring the bell, share it with your friends and your family. If you were hard into the Hamilton obsession,
let us know.
Let us know
what your favorite songs was.
Yes.
What your favorite part, what you really liked about Hamilton.
Because it was such a moment in time. Like it really was a cultural phenomenon.
It really was. So
alrighty, well, we'll see you guys next week.
All right, bye.
Bye.